Okay, y'all. So I was working at this one place in Greensboro because at the time I needed a job, and a lady from my church was nice enough to get me a job at this daycare. I liked the daycare, everything was fine, the people was fine. It was a good work environment. At the time, we had a celebration, and I had put in a lot of effort and work to plan this type of event for my classroom and for the center. One day, the daycare boss, she allowed her son girlfriend to come up to the daycare to help out with the children. Now, anybody that work with kids, they have to go through background checks and they have to be on the child's file. So they go outside and they do an Easter egg hunt, and she tells me, I'm not gonna be a part of the event. She's gonna have me watch the infant children. So I didn't have no problems with that, but if I was the one that planned everything, why would you think that I would not want to be hands-on with what I created? So I was very, very upset and I was hot. And God, He heard every word. And I didn't even know. But on that particular day, a child was left outside. Another parent had came to pick up their child, and they noticed that the child was by themselves. They called the state and they reported it. An investigation was done, and they had to talk to all of the staff members to find out what took place on that day at work in reference to the child being left outside. And maybe like the next day, I was called into the office, and when I was called into the office, the boss, she told me that she was closing her business down just out of nowhere. And at the time, I didn't understand exactly why she was closing her building down, you know, but I had an idea. And later on, well, at first she had told me not to say anything to the other staff members about the center closing down. But because I was very close, shout out to Teresa, I was so close with my coworker, you know what I'm saying? We were friends outside of work. I felt like it was the righteous thing to do to let her know that the daycare was going to be closing so that she can find her another job because she had a lot of bills just like me. And, you know, it would be crazy for me to call you my friend and not share this type of information with you, something that could hurt or hinder you, because she has bills just like me every week, every day and throughout the month. So after that occurred, yeah, my friend was very, very hot. She was very, very pissed. And she went off on the boss. She went all the way off on the boss, cussed her out. She was like, I know. She did one of my numbers. She did one of my numbers, like, the boss asked me not to say nothing, but because that's my home girl, of course I'm going to look out for her and tell her. And then I'm like, don't say nothing. She like, damn all that. Straight cussed the boss out, flipped and everything. And it was just a real terrible situation to be in as a child care provider. And I could not understand, you know what I'm saying? You try to disrespect me openly. You was disrespecting Teresa openly. And then you try to play me on the day of the event. And then you end up in a situation like this with years of experience as a child care provider. So I say all this to say that God will fight your battles. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what I was going to do. I was frustrated every day coming into work because she disrespected me about me participating with an event that I came up with and everything I put into and money I spent out of my own pocket. So I was like, okay, Lord. And that was that. You know, her ex-husband always respected me. You know, he always would tell me, you should open your own daycare business. And like I would tell everybody else, because many people would tell me that when I was in my early 20s, I would tell them, I don't want to do that right now. Because I already had a lot of other responsibilities. I was like, not now, but when I get older, I will do it. And so now we are here and I'm older. Praise the Lord. So, you know, watch how you treat people, whether you are a business owner or whether you are an employee. You know what I'm saying? You should know how to treat people, because God is going to have a problem with you if you mistreat his children. God bless you.